TV. Thanks for joining as always. Match preview time. Now we've only just got Luke here today. These match previews were you and Craig and gone off radar at the minute. Craig's really busy, so he can't make it today. So we've just got Luke. No James either. He's busy. So me and Luke are here to talk about Walsall. Big game in my opinion. I feel like they're doing quite well this season, aren't they? And last time we played them, we were in playoff semi-final, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'm not sure how many players they've got from that group they had then.
Lost a lot of players, I think.
Yeah, they did. I mean, obviously we took Bradshaw as well. So I don't know if it's a completely different side.
I don't know. To be fair, I know they lost Romain Sawyers, went to Brentford. Yeah, their best player from last season's gone to Bolton, Ostuma, Turkish midfielder. I think they lost the main striker Bakayoko to Coventry in summer as well. But they've had a really good start. Credit where credit's due. You know, nobody would have expected Walsall to be in top six. Even Walsall fans, if they're watching this, they've got to be perfectly honest and probably think at the start of the season they wouldn't have expected to be up there. No. But you got to give them respect that they deserve, and it'll be a tough game. You know, they didn't get the result they probably wanted against Blackpool last week. They probably wanted to win at home, but look, they're unbeaten. You know, any team that's unbeaten's got confidence, and I think they'll be coming here trying to nick 3 points. Yeah. But I think it's a good opportunity for us to rise to the occasion. I think against better opposition, I think these lads rise to it a bit better. Yeah. I think we'll have to be at his best, but I think these lads will. I think like with the Bradford game, tough game on paper. Lads rose to the occasion. Yeah. Oxford first game of the season on paper, they've got a decent team, haven't they? Yeah. Rose to the occasion on that. So I think obviously we're confident from Tuesday. I think Tuesday a good chance to rest a few guys and also integrate a few lads back in and give a few younger lads a go. So for Walsall, it's going to be exciting to see what team we put out, and also exciting to get 2 home wins in a row. Yeah. It's another winnable game. If we start early and get an early goal, I think that's the mantra for this season. Get an early goal. Yeah. We keep saying, don't we? In fact, we said it a lot last season, because at times, like, we seem to, a bit like Gillingham other day, we're like, is it going to come? We knew it was going to come, but it's when it's going to come. You've got to be patient, haven't you? I think that's what fans, I think Wimbledon game were a perfect example of that. Yeah. You know, we could have scored a goal in 89th minute and, we'd have taken that on day, but there's going to be teams that are going to come here to frustrate us. Yeah. That's because they're going to see if they try and play us at football, they're going to get beat 9 times out of 10. I think potentially that's not disrespect to other teams. I just think with the players that we've got and the capabilities that they've got, there's no reason why we can't be beating teams 9 times out of 10 at football. Yeah. Now, if it's a game where it's scrappy like it was last 20 minutes of last week, that's when other teams come into it. Yeah. And on Tuesday as well, they were a bit scrappy. So I'm really pleased that we came from behind and got the win. It shows good mindset, good attitude, confidence that the lads can still keep playing their own game and come back, and it sets us up nicely for Saturday. I'm looking forward to the game. It should be a good game, and I'm confident, mate. Yeah, I am. So can you see an unbeaten run ending then this weekend? No, not us. I meant for them. Yeah, they all has to go. So hopefully for them, yeah. But look, I'm not disrespecting Walsall. I just think that if we turn up, and I know we've got
too strong for them.
Yeah, I just think it'll be too strong for them. They've had a great start, and they've clearly got players that are not world beaters in terms of, I don't know many of their players. I've heard a couple, but not loads. So they're clearly a team unit. Their manager's come in. I think he was a former player, and he went to Wrexham when he retired as a manager, and he's come back to Walsall. So he knows the club inside out. Yeah. It's probably a very close knit system. They'll be coming here though, thinking these lads will just expect to turn up and roll us over. So for us, it's got about being clinical, being professional, getting the job done, and move on to Coventry. And that's what we've got to go for. But I'm not looking ahead of Walsall at all. I think I was guilty of that with the Wimbledon game. I expected us just to turn up and win. Yeah,
I think it were after performances we'd seen, wasn't it? And we thought, well, we should really walk through these, absolutely smash them, but it didn't happen.
It was a good learning. It was
a good learning curve for some young lads in there, wasn't it? And obviously, like this week, we were at Davis, we were at Dougal. It's just them two, isn't it?
Yeah, with call-ups.
And obviously, Corley still injured. So it's an opportunity for some players to come in, or whether he just messes about, like you've said to me off camera, maybe put Mowat there.
Drop Mowat deeper,
yeah. Because obviously Walton's going to start into it. But then again, you look at Jack Walton, as far as I've read, I mean, we didn't go on Tuesday, but Walton had an absolute fantastic game, kept us in it. So it could have worked out a blessing in disguise that Davis has...
It's prepared him well for Saturday. Oldham isn't an easy place to go. No. You know, it's high up on thing, isn't it?
To go as well,
it is, yeah. Luckily we played him in September, not December. But we ground out a win away from Oldham and we're 4 games unbeaten. I know it's a standard lower, but you still got to go to a place and get the result. And I know it's not a trophy that we've got the priority for at the minute. Obviously for us promotion is the key, but if we can keep winning up games, no matter what league we're in or competition we're in, keeps winning factor there, keeps confidence there. So I can see a few changes forced. I would maybe Bird, you know, Jared Bird apparently had a good game as well for reading reports. So maybe he's probably the natural fit to come in for Dougal, or he might put him on the bench. He might see maybe having a few more experienced lads in the likes of Potts and Mowat playing there in the middle, and maybe put Barr or Isgrove out wide, because they again had a good decent games from as far as I'm concerned. But he might also put Barr on the bench and introduce him. So we've got options, and this is the good thing that I was trying to speak about earlier in the season, that we've got, if we have options,
now we've got
options.
It's a lot better, isn't it?
And we've still got Fries to come back, Hedges. Woodrow he's not fully fit, but we've still got to see him playing alongside Moore. I can still see Moore playing up top on his own. Adebayo had 90 minutes, I think, on Tuesday, so I can see Moore starting up top and us playing like we did, similar to the Gillingham game to start with. But we can change it around. That's the good thing. We've got players that can.
Well, if it's not working, we can put players on that can change it.
That's what you have options for. You know, if you want to switch it around formation wise, or put players into, you know, let's switch it around. I think this is why the Barra signing was a really good one. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, by the way.
I'd pronounce it Barra, but there's different ways.
Apologies if I'm mispronouncing it, but he's versatile. He can play across a wide range of positions.
Midfield, wing. I'm sure I read somewhere he can play up top as well. So there we go.
We've got a lad that can, you know,
another TM.
You know, we've got a lad that can be versatile, and that's what we need when it needs to be done. So I'm fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to it. I was really pleased with the result on Tuesday, actually. One for Victor, getting his 3rd goal of the season. It's nice to see. I don't want us to become reliant on Kiefer this season. With McBurney, that were the second half of last season. I felt
everyone
we were looking at McBurney every game, and then if he were playing poor, we had no outlet. So for Victor to keep getting goals, I think as well. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that Kiefer's the only person that's going to get goals. I'm saying we want lads to be contributing, because we want everybody to be pushing each other, which is really good. And also for Moncur as well, really good finish again for that 2nd goal. Really good finish.
I've noticed with him, doesn't he, Moncur? He don't whack it, does he? He likes to place it side foot and whip it across. Like on Saturday, we had 3 kicks, and I was like, put your foot through it, just smack it, because worst can happen. It could take a deflection, it could do out, and it could still end up going in. But I know with Moncur, he likes to go for.
He tries to be classy, doesn't he? I like Moncur. Finish.
I do like him. He's got that about him, man. He's a footballer. He's like
you need a
classic footballer. He can play. He can do bits of everything, and he'll bend balls in rather than actually just putting his foot through it.
When Moncur is on his game, he's one of the best players in the league.
Do you know what I mean? The thing with Moncur, and a lot of what other people, Barnsley fans, have pointed out, is that is he more an impact player, but does he see himself as an impact player? Because he'll want to start.
Of course he will, and I think he had a 7-8 out of 10 game against Gillingham. I think he could have got a goal in first half, but you know, everybody's going to take the chance, you know, have a shot and miss sometimes. But I think he had a good solid game, and I think it was nice for Stendhal to. I think that it was nice for Stendhal to bring Moncur on and bring not bigger players on, but what I'm trying to say is bring players in that can make an impact that were playing last week and go for the win. It shows that we're wanting to keep that winning mentality, because for too long last season we were losing every game. So we need that confidence back. And winning games, even if it's against Oldham, with no disrespect to Oldham in a League 2 team, winning games is getting us into good habits.
And I can totally see what you're saying. I mean, there's a lot of, it's a bit divided, isn't it, this Checker Trade Trophy, since they've changed it. And the way I look at it is the side we had it were brilliant to come out with a win. It shows that obviously we've got confidence in them young lads.
And it was great to see academy lads being given a chance as well to even be featuring at match day squad. It was great for them as well.
And their confidence will be sky high now after winning. And I think, and like you've said, it keeps run going. Because I look at it, I mean, regardless of who played on Tuesday, as a team, as management, if we'd have lost, it'd have had a bit of an effect going into Saturday. But now, going into Saturday, we've won on Tuesday. Just keep it going.
And also, Stendhal said that he's going to have to think about who he's going to pick for Saturday, which is good because you want good selection headaches. You don't want to be picking. You don't want to be getting used to like we did with Davis, playing him every week last season. This is why I hope not that I didn't want Davis not to play. I was just saying when he were having a tough couple of months, there was nobody there to
push him and to sell up.
So he was getting slaughtered mentally every week. So for Walton, this Saturday is a big opportunity. And like I did in the video, congratulations to Davis and Dougal. I can imagine nothing better than to play for your country, and I hope they do really well. It's a sign that the club as a general are doing well, that lads are getting noticed to play for the international teams. I think Dougal will be a miss. But for this Saturday, Stendhal's got to think about it, and I think that's good. It's also good because the lads are going to be pushing each other in training. These lads will be wanting, the younger lads especially, will be thinking, I'm going to just get 15-20% extra in training. I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to be considered, and that's going to push the. It's good competition. It's only healthy for the lads.
Really good. So, what would you say would happen then on Saturday? I know it'll be Walton in goal, but for Dougal's position, what do you think Stendhal will go with? Do you think he'll bring Jared Bird in, or do you think he might
I don't know. I mean, naturally, you put Bird there, Mowat, I think is experienced enough to be able to adapt to that. The only thing is, Dougal's tackling is really good, so we're obviously going to miss that attribute. So for me, Potts, I wouldn't put Potts there because I think Potts is better driving forward. I think his physicality on counter attacks, and he's got good legs on him. Potts is one of these lads that's really quick.
It's like I've said, you look at him, he looks slow, doesn't he? But then when he gets in his stride, because of how big his legs are, it takes him further.
He's a unit though, Potts, to be fair. He's a big lad. I'd rather have, if they're going to change it round, I'd rather have, if I'm being honest, and this is, I think, Mowat, just because it's a big game, Mowat dropping into Dougal's position. But then it's difficult because then you lose Mowat's creativity because you want Mowat to dictate the game from middle of the park.
I can see what you're saying. I mean, like we keep saying, don't we? We've got them options, and Stendhal will have that final decision on it, whether he'll go with a side he trusts, and if he puts Bird in, that means we trust Bird.
I'm sure before the game they're going to try it different ways. In training.
They'll be working on it, probably now.
They'll probably be in training today and tomorrow. They'll probably be looking at, let's try Bird or Mowat, let's bring, McGeehan maybe.
That's another, McGeehan as well. I mean, he could put McGeehan in there, but I mean, as to that, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure who would go with, but whoever he goes with, we've got to. Can't. Nobody as a fan's going to be like, oh, so and so's playing. This side's still unbeaten, regardless.
And also the thing is that Jared had a good game on Tuesday, Jared's confident, and young lads that are confident. We've seen what it's done over years with lads that's been involved with us that are playing well when they're young. Look at when Fletcher and Brownhill were here, and obviously with last promotion campaign, I think the majority of our lads were under 25. Well, they were, weren't they? So. It's only good that we've got players that are confident. We're winning games. Fingers crossed, and I'm not disrespecting Walsall, that we'll have the job done. And I think we'll learn lessons from the Gillingham game as well. That last 20 minutes, I think that'll just refocus us and just make sure that there's no game that's ever done until final whistle's gone. And also, when we have the chances, I think the lads will be like, right, we need to take them. Because every game's different. We might only get one or two.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
And like on Saturday, I mean, we could have had 4 or 5 before half time, couldn't we? And
it's just the way it goes, isn't it?
It's the way it goes. Yeah, it depends if it's your day or not. Luckily, we did manage to get out and get the 3 points, and it were a really good win.
Steve said after the game that when we were having a meet up after the game, he said that 2-0's a funny scoreline, and I totally agree with that.
He said it to me.
It is, though, isn't it? Because if they got a goal, momentum changes. And if they'd have got a point, it'd have been 2 points dropped for us and a point game for them. But to be fair to them, they stuck at it. They weren't the best footballing team, but I think, was it Carnrows that went off ball, but we learn from it. We learn from it, don't we? And that's the thing going forward. These lads are still learning. I said to you, didn't I, after the game, these lads aren't hit the full stride yet. And that's the scary thing. We're third in table.
Once we get into a full stride, we'll
have not hit the full, in my opinion. There's still areas that you can see that Stendhal wants to tweak. And we're at first month at season, we're third in league. We're 2 points off top. We could be top at table on Saturday if results go our way. And these lads, in my opinion, these lads still haven't hit the full 100% potential.
I can totally get what you mean, and just watch us when we do. Do you know what I mean?
It'll be hard to stop.
But going back to that with 2-0 scoreline, I did say, I don't know whether it were, you could say it was selfish of me to say it, but when we did score that second, I was saying that's game over for me, completely game over, because that first half, Gillingham, we were just dominant, weren't we? So dominant, and I expected it to get better, or for us just to dominate possession and what have you. But you know, it goes to show 2-0 is a funny scoreline, and football you can never predict, because Gillingham came out in that second half and they gave it a go. They probably reminded me a bit of us when we were 2-0 down last season. We decided to start playing.
Even at Scunthorpe.
Yeah, Scunthorpe. Well, I said it were a bit of a reverse, if you know what I mean. It were a bit of Scunthorpe.
Last half hour.
Yeah.
For 60 minutes, we're good against Gillingham. I think the thing that we'll learn from that is game management. But the lads, the more experience they get in situations like that, they'll only gain from it. Just to really shut a game off. Obviously, if anybody watches Italian football, they're masters of it. They've got a 2-0 lead. But the lads, the more experienced they are, will gain game management. And I think they'll learn from it, and I think it's only a good thing. We need to have these learning curves. You need to sometimes take a step back. Not a step back, I'm not saying that getting 3 points is a step back. Just having areas that we notice that we could, that the lads are, like Davis were honest and said that we should have done better in that last 20 minutes, and it's good that they're noticing that, and that's good. They're setting the standards high for themselves, and that's really good to see, and for the long run it can only do us good. And I'm really positive for this Saturday, and this season I'm just really positive. I've got
feel good factors back into it, and it feels good to be winning games.
We've sold out for Fleetwood, and
Fleetwood sold out. I was going to say
3 weeks away.
So we were down Monday morning, weren't we? At like 8:30 to get Fleetwood tickets. They've just sold out today, so I could have probably had a bit longer in bed, but you've got to make sure, haven't you, because like we a lot of grounds in this league. Well, Wimbledon, I think, is one. Accrington allocation, especially for us Barnsley fans, will probably take a lot, considering if we're still on a good.
It's a good away day in Fleetwood as well, though.
Good run of form, Blackpool, everyone will go to Blackpool for a weekend on Pop. But I'm looking forward to every game that comes now, and that's a positive. Whereas last season, at times it was like, oh god, another game. It's come too quick, and you could only really see us. We just weren't competing last season, and I think with Stendhal, he's brought that feel-good factor back. He knows. I mean, we were discussing it, weren't we, when he was first appointed, that we would have rather have had somebody who knows league, but he's showing, and he's getting to know it a lot quicker than probably what
I think he's done a fantastic job
compared to Jose Moraes anyway.
I mean he's done a fantastic job. You've got to give your hats off to recruitment team and for Ganai to chase this lad, because you know you can't complain. It's his first month in English football. We're third in the league. You know, the lads are clearly responding to him. They all clearly want to play for him, and he's changed a lot of the games of a lot of players. The lads are fitter, they're hungrier, we're playing a better brand of football. The fans are turning up every week, and even though we're in a lower league now, if you're winning games, fans will turn up. And Barnsley have got a loyal fan base, and we want to see good football, hard-working football, and lads getting 110%, and that's what the lads are giving at the minute. And we're winning at games as well, and we will always turn up. And Stendhal, for me, obviously I'm being biased, he's my manager of the month, but it's also he hasn't been nominated. But I think it's a curse, isn't it, that, in my opinion? Like I said to you off the camera, let's stay under the radar.
Could be a good thing, him not being nominated, because sometimes it does have an effect, a bit like player at month as well. That sometimes was. I know
Kavari's been
nominated, hasn't he?
I hope he gets it. I think it's a good reflection as well of our back four doing well. I think obviously they're going up the assists, and obviously he's got a couple of goals, hasn't he? But I think obviously it'd be really good for Kavari's confidence that these performances are reflected in other people noticing.
Yeah.
What I want about regarding last week, I know you spoke about being under the radar. When we got promoted to the Premier League, there were nobody speaking about us until a couple of last weeks of the season.
Yeah, when they started, oh, hang on, we might have to take Barnsley seriously.
Yeah, and this year it's all about Sunderland, isn't it?
Yeah.
And fair enough, you know, they're a bigger club, been at Premier League for obviously a lot of time. Just a bigger club, aren't they? So, but everybody's talking about Sunderland, and I want it to be that way. I want us just to get on with our job.
Get on with it, yeah, do it, yeah.
Yeah, be behind the scenes and then just go past them.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't want us to have that pressure. I want the lads just to be able to just play.
Just play, yeah, because I know what you're saying, because some of them still a bit inexperienced. Yeah. Like you said, we're not at full throttle yet. And obviously, we headlines like, oh, Barnsley. It could always have a mental effect.
Don't want to peak too soon. You just want it
That's
to
what I mean,
nice and steady. Don't want to peak too soon. It's a long season. So we don't want to, like I've said, peak too soon. And hopefully we can just keep nice and steady building up.
Yeah.
Under radar, I don't mean that I don't think that I'm confident if we went top that we couldn't stay there. What I mean is just let's just get on with our own job. I'm happy people not talking about us. Let's just, you know, when we're in Championship, we never used to win a game. We never used to get spoken about before, did we?
Oh, it's last game on Football League.
Barnsley got a 3-0 win over Aston Villa. But if we lost Villa it's always like that. But you know what? I'll take that any day. If we're winning games, mate, it's all that I'm bothered about.
That's it. And so for Saturday then, apart from two players who are out, would you bring back in? Same.
Back four, yeah. Well, obviously, unless there's any knocks, but obviously that's why Tuesday we're rested. Potts did come off last Saturday. He had a load of strapping on at end of game. So I hope that's not a lot. I hope that was just a precautionary thing.
Hopefully.
So if I'm being honest, I'd have, obviously I know everyone's got their own opinion. I'd have Mowat in just because I believe he's adaptable. But if he plays Bird there, if he's confident, I don't mind. In the middle, they probably could pick Potts and Mowat if Bird goes there.
Yeah.
Out wide, probably on left they'll have Tiam, and then on right, again you've got a choice of three, haven't you? You've got Potts, Barra, Isgrove had a decent game on Tuesday, so and then I think they'll probably play one up. They'll do one up top with Moore. We're missing a player there, is it? Monker, or I think I don't know if I've got my 11 there, but
let's go for it. So back four, same. Go on, Cavari.
Pineos at left back,
Lindsay and Pinnock. Four in midfield. Go on, Tiam.
I'm going to have Potts on right.
Tiam and Potts Tiam.
Oh no, Tiam. I'm going to have Tiam. I'm going to go with Barra to start his first game.
You're going to go for Barra to start.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he will. I think he might.
He might not do.
If Potts is right, I think he'll bring Potts back.
Yeah.
If Potts is right, and then obviously Mowat. And so that's three.
I was thinking if we're going to start Potts, I'm going to play more central and have him more at midfield and then
and then play Barrett. Yeah. See what he's saying. He might do that. No, he might do that.
And then have Moncur just playing behind more. But then you've got, he could play two up top. He could play Victor with Kiefer. You know, we've got choices.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because ideal side would to play them all, but we can only have 11, which is a shame.
But it's good though because them lads on bench should be like, right, give me a chance. Victor has scored on Tuesday.
The way I feel at minute, Luke, is that we're speaking about all these players, and players that we're leaving out probably don't deserve to be left out, but they've got to be left out. And
Jackson had a solid game on Tuesday.
Yeah, Jackson.
McGeehan apparently had a decent game. You've got Jacob Brown, who's not put a foot wrong since he's come in. Victor.
Yeah.
You know, his second top scorer for us, isn't he? This year.
Yeah.
You know, with 3 off. Obviously, that's his first game when he started and he scored. So we've got good competition for places. We've got Woodrow to come back, like I've said, Edges, who I think will do well in this league, and Friars, who I think will do decent in this league, and also to push likes of Pineos and Cavari, and then you've got Jordan and Ben Williams who played decent. So we're in a group. We're in a great position. I just hope Davis and Dougal don't get injured on internationals.
Yeah, I don't think Davis will play. Will he? I don't think Davis will play. Which again, it infuriates me a little bit. Why I mean, it's a great opportunity for Jack Walton, obviously, but my point is, if it were like, say, if we still had Bradshaw, I don't mind me saying that, Bradshaw does make odd sub-appearance, doesn't he? But his third choice, I don't think he's even going to play, is he? But end of the day, it's a good. Yeah,
I think it's a good chance to learn off keepers who are playing at an high level. Like they've got Wayne Hennessy in the team, who obviously is at Palace. They've got a couple of good keepers, Wales, haven't they? So it's a good chance for Davis to learn off other keepers. And for Dougal, it's a good chance for him to play with some good players as well.
I don't think even they're playing, are they? Australia.
It's just a training camp.
It's a training camp, which
But you know what though, if he's going to become a better player for it, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, and he's not going to turn it down, is he? Nobody in the right mind would turn an international call up down, would they? Nobody would. I know McGeehan said
Northern
it.
Ireland, he's going to just concentrate.
He said
on playing
he wanted to concentrate on us, which was really good to see.
Yeah.
But obviously, as young as like Dougal and that, well, man, he's 26, and you want to play for your country, don't you? And you're not going to turn it down.
No. But yeah, confident for Saturday. I think a 2-0 win. Being conservative, go for a 2-0 win.
2-0 win. I think I said 2-0 last week with Kiefer Moore to get both, and I were close, and I didn't put money on it, but I'm not bothered. I think
Moore will score again. He's just in that kind of mood.
I think Moore will score again.
He was like he was just hitting it from anywhere. There was like a shot on right hand side, and it nearly went in top corner, and keeper tipped it over.
That
was right behind that shot.
It was like one of them where he shot, wasn't it? And it was like, why have you shot? But then again, that goes to show how much confidence.
But it nearly went in. So
he's
just hitting it on sight, which is what Alan Shearer made a master out of it.
His first goal was same. I mean, he didn't really have much of a chance with that. He's just got ball and he's just.
That's a player who's confident in it.
Yeah. So I'll agree more to score. I'm gonna say 3-1. Me. I think 3-1. I think Walsall. I think I've got a funny feeling that they might nick a goal with form they've been in. Yeah. They've been scoring goals, haven't they?
I'll take anything, mate. 3 points is most important. I'll be happy with a clean sheet for Walton, and also just in general because we're conceding the last 2 games just to get back to clean sheet. Lads at back for a good job, but 3 points, mate. Confident, not disrespecting Walsall. I just think if we turn up, we'll just have a bit too much for them on day.
Would just before we go, would a draw be a bad result for you against these?
Yeah, because we're at home.
Yeah. But they're also unbeaten.
But they're also unbeaten. Well, yeah. So if we, I just think that with the players that we've got,
we should be too strong.
And I think Stendhal will be looking for 3 points, nothing else. But I know what you mean. If we were away from home, I'd take a point.
Yeah.
Like Coventry, I'll take a point there. Because Matt Robbins will have them fired up.
Yeah.
Playing against us, but. I'll be at I think it'll be 2 points. If we obviously we're going to look at game as it goes. If we
that's what I mean. That's what I was just going to say. It's hard with them kind of questions, isn't it? Because you could say, well, if they're absolutely playing us off park for full game and it gets to the last 10, I'll be like, right, I'll be happy with a point here. Yeah. Or like say if they go 2, like at Scunthorpe, 2-0 down, we came back, so you've accept the point.
Before a start at game, you're looking at it.
Before start at game, you look at it, don't you? And you think, well, the 3 points.
Ask me at half time.
Yeah,
call me at half time, and I might say differently. Do you know what I mean? But before the game starts, I want 3 or nothing.
Yeah. So you're going 2-0.
2-0. Moore and I think I'm wanting Potts.
Potts.
Yeah, I said it last week. Potts. I think he's always there and thereabouts.
Yeah.
So I think Potts will get on score sheet, but I'll take anything obviously as long as it's 3 points for Reds.
Right, 2-0, 3-1. I'm gonna go Kiefer Moore. I mean, I could even score another brace to be fair, but I'm gonna go Kiefer Moore. Let's have a think. Potts. It's hard because I've said Kiefer Moore, Potts, and then I'll go with Lindsay. Actually, no, let me scrap that. I'll go Adebayo off bench.
Oh, yeah?
Adebayo off bench, yeah. Watch Lindsay score now. 3-1 and Lindsay scores.
From a corner, yeah?
Yeah, from a corner, yeah. All right then, guys. Well, that's a little match preview for Walsall. Forgetting already. Walsall at home this Saturday. Looking forward to it. As last of 2 home games on the spin, and then it's away at Coventry. So I'm looking forward to that. Last time I went there, Tony Warner were in goal, and we lost 4-0. I can remember that. I didn't go to when they were playing at Northampton the other year, and I didn't go to Rico when they got back there. So it's my first time back to Rico. 10 year, 2008, wasn't it? Or 2007? I can't remember. 2008.
You know what? As well, if Coventry, if they had owners that, because they've got a thing with owners, they'd fill that stadium because they've got a great fan base.
Yeah. Well, they kind of got let down, didn't they? Because they filled Wembley and like they were like, oh.
Still, I think they're still one of the biggest clubs for me. And I think I think it'll be a tough game that, but not looking past Walsall.
No, let's get Walsall.
Let's 6 points out of 6 in 2 home games.
6 points out of 6, and then 10 points out of 4, innit?
Yeah.
Rochdale, Scunthorpe. And then obviously last week Gillingham, and then
definitely a good return, mate.
So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We'd take that, and like we said, we'd take this start. I know a lot of fans will probably want us to be a bit higher, but end of the day,
if we're there with last game and we win last game, and go into second,
well,
we're not going to complain,
no,
are we?
And it's not just that, mate. I look at it. It's Stendhal's, like we've said, it's Stendhal's first month. The job he's done up to now has been fantastic. I mean, and that's why I gave it a 10 out of 10.
That's a lot of time to adapt to a system. This pressing style isn't easy.
No.
To learn.
No.
Look at Liverpool. I know it's obviously we're talking about two different totally styles of like qualities of teams, but Klopp employed it, and it took them a good 2 years. They're only seeing fruits of it now.
Yeah.
So for us, to be where we are, and to have players that's come in and adapted as quick as they have with Dougal especially, how quick he's adapted has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And the lads just seem to be playing for him. I think we've done a great job to be where we are.
Yeah,
Take a game at a time. You know, let's just keep being positive. You know, keep that feel-good factor there. We're going to win on Saturday. Fingers crossed. Got positive vibes.
Fingers crossed. All right then, guys. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you think as well. And yeah, we'll see you on Saturday. Up the Reds. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching Tykes TV. Make sure to check out our other videos that are also on the channel. If you like the video, please give us a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you don't miss out on our latest videos. All the best. God bless.